Okay, viewers, let's see how denial's going in Australia.
Israeli patients will face trial in August. The pair allegedly made the threats in an online video chat platform and today pleaded not guilty. Taylor Aiken was in court.
Good afternoon. Well, almost 12 months after their online video chat made international headlines, two Bankstown nurses who allegedly threatened violence against Israeli patients have vowed that they will be fighting the charges. Sarah Abdu-Lebdeh and Ahmad Rashad Nadir both pleading not guilty in the New South Wales District Court this morning after being recorded saying they would refuse to treat Israeli patients, even threatening violence, while speaking on an online chat platform while working a night shift at Bankstown Hospital.
Let's say an Israeli. God forbid.
I won't treat them. I'll kill them.
You'll kill them?
You have no idea how many Israeli Kharat dog came to this hospital and...
The pair were both charged and fired from their jobs at New South Wales Health. Abdu-Lebdeh pleaded not guilty to two charges of threatening violence. The 27-year-old refused.
How could they plead not guilty? This is the level of denial that our societies are in now. The level of morality is in minus, and we're supposed to be progressing as a civilization, but what you're watching is the decline of the Western civilization, because it was built on moral and integrity and protecting those values. That's all gone. It's gone. Not guilty. Oh my God. It's on video.
Using to comment as she left court today, surrounded by supporters who at times lashed out at the media. Are you confident that you will be able to defend?
These are Muslim people. They live in a bubble. They are denialists. There you go. They're in denial. He's got no right to lash out at the media either. He better be careful.
This charge?
Oh, you can't steal his question.
Her former colleague also pleaded not guilty on a single charge of using a carriage service to menace, harass or offend.
They soon got humbled, didn't they, when they got dragged in before the courts, when they actually got in trouble, making jokes of things like that. Huh.
Nadir also refusing to comment. Both former nurses now preparing to have their futures determined by a Sydney court with a trial date set for late August.
Let's look at our next denial case. Oh.
The man accused of crashing a stolen car into a Geelong school bus and driving at police officers has apologised to everyone involved. He appeared in court nursing a gunshot wound, while outside court his partner's emotions boiled over.
If you put this on the media, I'm going to sue you, I swear to God.
Lashing out at media and police, 43-year-old Danielle is the partner of Joshua Clark. Who's in
real good examples, these guys, and it's usually drug-related.
Custody facing a raft of charges. He was shot at by police after he allegedly drove
they weren't doing much wrong. Look at this.
And crashed a stolen car into a Geelong school bus, terrifying the children on board.
No.
Oh my God, oh my God. That was so scary.
Danielle was there too.
The police already had the helicopter above us. They set that up. So if you want to ask anybody, go and ask them.
They set it up. Oh yeah, they went all the trouble of trying to chase these mugs. Oh no. No.
As today's hearing began, Joshua
How'd you like your son being dragged across the road like that? No.
Clark addressed the court, stating,
no.
Your Honour, I'd like to apologise for my actions, for the children that were on the bus, for the public and the officer that released his firearm. It's my doing and I take full responsibility for my actions.
Well, you have to take your hat off to him for that. Where I'd say he's being chastised and really brought to his senses by the police. He's been shot at. And he's turned around. He's come to his senses.
Don't you think some innocent people
something good might happen for that young bloke out of this?
got caught up in what happened? Go and ask them why they set it up at the end of school day, right there at school crossing then. The accused.
Oh, yeah, typical.
Man is nursing burns to his arm and back from an earlier accident, along with an injury to his right elbow that was grazed by a police bullet. You don't think kids were scared of what happened? Did you hear what said?
Joshua Clark didn't apply for bail and will appear again in May. Phoebe Work.
Real good example.
7 News.
Inspector Gary Coffey from Sydney City Police Area Command. About 5:40am this morning, police were called to a hotel on Little Pier Street in Haymarket following reports that staff had been threatened and a safe stolen. Upon arrival, detectives found 2 staff members had been detained and threatened by the offenders. Both staff members were 31-year-old, male and a female. Initially, officers were told that one of the offenders may have been armed with a firearm, but subsequent inquiries have revealed that the offender was most likely armed with a screwdriver, and this information's been obtained from CCTV footage that was available to us now inside the hotel. As you can appreciate, both staff members are quite shaken, but they were uninjured in terms of physical injuries. Detectives believe the offenders left the vicinity of the hotel in a Volvo beige in colour, New South Wales registration number CJZ08Z. It was stolen on the 23rd of January from a Petersham address and remains outstanding. Both offenders had their faces covered. The first offender was wearing a grey jumper and grey tracksuit pants. The second offender was wearing dark clothing. Later today, detectives will be releasing...
Don't underestimate, this could be an inside job. That's just an opinion.
CCTV footage of both offenders, and we'd certainly encourage anyone in the community who sees this vehicle or can identify these people to contact Crime Stoppers or Day Street Police Station. We would, of course, remind people that these 2 offenders, this was a violent incident early in the morning, and we would encourage people not to approach the vehicle or approach the men that were involved.
What was in the safe? What is the value of the contents?
My understanding, based on my conversations with the hotel management, is that the contents of the safe are of no particular value. We're still going through exactly what was in the safe, but certainly it was not a high-value item at all.
Was it documents or was there money?
Waste of time.
Look, my understanding is that it was documents and other material associated with the hotel, as opposed to being cash proceeds.
Have you seen any crimes like this?
No, I mean, this was particularly terrifying, particularly for the staff involved. You can appreciate at 5:30 in the morning they only had 2 staff on duty, and to be confronted by 2 men, one armed, obviously, very confronting. Fortunately, we don't see this type of armed robbery occurring very often in the city at all.
Just don't take for granted that the detectives might have a little look-see into whether this was an inside job. Next.
The grave of slain underworld figure Sam the Punisher Abdul Rahim has been desecrated just after the 1-year anniversary of his public execution. Gangland experts fear it could spark retaliation attacks between some of Melbourne's most feared criminals.
He lived looking over his shoulder. Now, even after his death, Sam the Punisher Abdul Rahim is a target.
There's always been quite a number of tentacles involved.
Vandals desecrated the slain crime boss's grave overnight, sneaking into Faulkner Cemetery and slashing his picture. Today...
I don't agree with that. I don't think you should do that.
His tombstone was wrapped in plastic, but the attack has uncovered new fears. Tensions in the underworld are escalating.
A bit early to tell at this stage. I would expect a lot more significant damage. We had the Maruggi case with the body being removed.
It comes 1 year after the gangland figure was gunned down in a Preston car park, and some insiders believe the timing is significant. In recent weeks, Abdul Rahim's longtime rival Kazem Kaz Hamad has been arrested in Iraq. Revelations just last night, the tobacco kingpin's right-hand man, Ahmed Al-Hanza, has also been locked up. Police are investigating the vandalism with organised crime and drug cartel, the Commission topping a long list of suspects. But the force is refusing to comment on whether it will take any extra measures to calm rising tensions.
Doesn't seem like anyone's worried about the new gun laws, Anthony Albanese.
A gunman's on the run tonight after firing bullets into a home at Brighton Le Sands. A neighbour's dash cam captured the entire attack, and this isn't the first time the property's been targeted.
Oh.
It only took 5 seconds. But that was enough time for 6 bullets to be blasted into a home at Brighton Le Sands.
Boom, 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 boom. That was it, and I turned around and I said to my sister, I think that's gunshots.
The gunman quickly escaping around 10:30 last night.
I didn't feel comfortable outside, so I just stayed indoors.
Selwood Avenue was taped off today as police and the riot squad searched high and low for any clues that might lead to the shooter. No one was home, but it's the second time the property has been targeted. An Audi was torched last November.
When we had the firebombing back in November, whenever it was, I thought the next step is there's going to be gunshots. someone's going to get hurt.
Neighbours have told 7 News they noticed a black van staking out the house in the days before the shooting. Police are now investigating if it's linked and whether the same suspects are behind last year's firebombing.
Need a place to live. Good luck with that.
As rental stress skyrockets, calls are mounting for urgent government action to keep the nation's most vulnerable off the streets. Vicky Vacondios, the latest to fall victim to Australia's housing crisis following a tragic change in circumstances.
The sun is shining, but it's a dark time for Vicky Vacondios.
Being on Centrelink payments has sort of hitting rock bottom back into poverty.
Her employer of 7 years closed, and she was diagnosed with cancer. But with family to help keep a roof over her head, she's more fortunate than a growing number of Australians.
You know, you can barely even afford necessities when you're on Centrelink payments, so it was pretty devastating for me.
New figures show the number of people in severe rental stress, with more than half their income being spent on rent, is up 19% since June 2023.
The most common reason people come to homeless services is that something's happened to their income, they've lost their job, they've gotten ill, and they can't keep up with the cost of rent.
I tell you right now, it's higher than 19%.
Groups tonight launching a coordinated pre-budget push for an increase in base rates of income support to keep people in their homes, a challenge made harder if interest rates rise.
Oh, well, this might help.
My News can tonight reveal an investigation into an Adelaide parking inspector accused of going rogue and handing out fake fines. One of his victims speaking out over a case which has forced the state government to step in to protect other potential victims.
It looked official as it arrived in his mail, but as the fines kept piling in, Bruno Elias knew something was off.
Went through them all, and I knew they weren't me because I didn't know where 140A parking location at Adelaide University was.
The business owner receiving 14 fines for illegally parking in the Wilson car park at Adelaide University, and he wasn't alone.
There's 5 people that I know of in my friendship group that have got these fines.
The enforcements even escalated to the government fines unit.
They wanted to basically come and repossess my cars, cancel my registrations, cancel my licence.
Bruno was hitting roadblocks everywhere he turned. Wilson couldn't help, and he says the fines unit told him to do his own investigation. So the businessman started digging, and what he found was baffling. A Wilson car park employee who was known to him and the others confessing to issuing him the fake fines to meet what he claimed was a daily fines quota.
He's basically said, they were easy registration numbers to remember because I used to see them all the time.
The employee...
So how's that for corruption? Don't worry about it. It's
allegedly entering innocent motorist number plates to the system along with black photos as evidence.
And I'll see you on the next one. Subscribe to Giants Tupa. Does a good job here.